Welcome to Blue Turtle Studio. Today we're going to build a cherry boomerang table. Here are the cherry boards we'll be working with. This is what they started out as. Jordan's arranging these for the best look, the use of material. We're going to have about 24 inches of depth and 52 inches of length to work with. First, we'll put a reference line down the middle. We're going to mark the edges. And we're going to use these 5-inch wooden circles for all our inside and outside curve. Let's draw the perimeter. I like to do a little markup of the board, just try to keep everything organized. I'll mark which edges need to be jointed. It helps keep track of what I need to do each board as I move it around the shop. Jordan's gonna join everything up. Then we'll take it to the table saw, put the jointed side up against the fence, and just barely trim the opposite edge to get 2 straight lines. Now we're going to go ahead and glue this panel up. This cherry's jointing up well, and it really looks great. We use Titebond 3 for nearly everything. We put it in these condiment squeeze bottles. They're kind of inexpensive. They work pretty well. When they get all gummed up, you just throw them away. F-clamps keep the ends of the boards lined up. With a little persuasion, we get them completely flat through the middle. Next step is to cut all our straight lines. Best thing I have for this is a track saw. Haven't always had this track saw, but as much as people hate them, it's worth every cent. I need to reestablish this inside curve. and then I'll take it over to the bandsaw. I'm going to rough cut these, get them kind of close, but I'm going to go to the belt sander to finish them. And here you can just work slowly up to your line. A little belt cleanup, and I'm ready to work the inside corners. These large belt sanders work great for this. You have to be a little careful. If it digs in, it can take a divot out very quickly. And you also have to watch your knuckles because it can be pretty brutal. We're going to work the edge a little bit, get it as smooth as possible before we start putting edge treatments on. This 90-degree attachment for this festival sander really works great on these corners. I'm going to clean up the bottom side a little bit with 120, and then I'm going to start working my chamfer. The chamfer revealed a flaw on the inside curve, so I'm going to fix that real quick. Now that that's fixed, I'm going to continue cutting the chamfer. I'm going to go a little deeper each time till it looks just right. I think that's good. Now I need to build some brackets to hold the legs. The bracket for the legs is going to have this reveal, and I'm going to use a piece of scrap 1/4-inch plywood to create a template. I'm going to transfer this shape to the 1/4-inch piece, take it to the bandsaw, shape it a little bit, sand it, and then I'll use it as a template for my brackets. I like to give the brackets a little style, even though they're unseen. You could slap some metal legs on the top and that would be fine, but I like to put a little bit of effort in. This is going to work just fine. And I've got some scrap pieces from the top that I can make these brackets out of. And the process is the same for the brackets. We're going to trace them. We're going to take them to the bandsaw, rough them out, take them to the sander, get them shaped just like we want them, and that's it. Now that we've got the two brackets for the horns done, think we need to do one for the, I guess I'd call this a nose. And just like that, it seems that I have made a Boomerang. It's time to screw and glue these brackets down. So there's 3 screws, a moderate amount of tight bond, and there's a 1-inch insert that goes through the bracket into the top to pull everything together. Quick chamfer with the palm router, and then I'll move to the other brackets. This bracket definitely looks like a Boomerang. And Jordan turned these 3 mid-century tapered legs from some of the same cherry stock. And here is a very low-tech way to mark where you're going to put your insert. And also a very simple way to make sure you're drilling 90 degrees to your workpiece. I screw the inserts in by hand. If they're really hard, I'll put some Gulf wax on them. This cherry's been sitting in a barn for about 25 years, and it's pretty dry and brittle, so. I'm gonna sand the top to 220, and then I'm gonna put a 3/8 inch round over all the way around. Final sanding with the grain up to 320. A quick 3-part finish. And this is just equal parts of the oil-based poly of your choice, a paint thinner, and some tung oil finish. This finish is easy and it's beautiful. You just wipe a thick coat on, give it about 10 minutes, buff it off till it's really smooth. Then I usually wait about an hour and I put another coat on. Here it is after 4 coats.